Alright, well, what's up, guys? We're back at it again. I don't know if this is part 3, part 2, part 4, but I think I left you off last time where I was getting a lot of moisture in the van after driving, peeled back all the custom carpet work that was done by the previous owner, and they just really half-assed it. So we got some serious holes to fill. I got to take out the seats that I already installed, pull back all this carpet and padding, and just get rid of all this rust. We got some warping. I mean, the structure is still pretty good, but we have maybe 4 or 5 holes, you know, after I beat it with the hammer and sanded it down, hit it with wire brush. Yeah, definitely gonna need some serious repair work. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Well, it's so dang muggy and humid. I gotta brought out my trusty, dusty little fan. I'm gonna run this while I finish tearing out this carpet. So I'm probably just gonna do a time lapse so you don't have to listen to that van or that fan the whole time. Chickens grown in an old plowed field. Chickens grown in an old plowed field. Chickens grown in the old plowed field down in North Carolina. One other thing, I'm by no means a professional when it comes to this. I'm pretty much a handyman by trade. I won't get into that, but when it comes to dealing with this stuff, you really do need to be careful, especially when you're working with grinders and drills and any sort of chemicals and things like that. So first things first is safety. Doesn't I look cool? Let's get some work done.
Look, I am your father.
Chickens grown in an old plowed field. Chickens grown in the old plowed field. Chickens grown in the old plowed field down in North Carolina.
Got this rust stopper, gonna apply this to all the rusty spots. This is supposed to like protect the metal and prevent the rust from continuing to spread. So go ahead and spray that on, and then I'm not gonna show all this stuff because or else this video is gonna be like an hour long. So I'm gonna spray this down, clean it up a little bit more, then I'm gonna start patching. I'll probably cut you in when I'm doing that. Once I start patching all the holes with the fiberglass, then we're gonna go through and either primer it and paint it. So yeah. Alright guys, so I got most of the rough rust taken care of. I went ahead and applied the stop rust, the Stay-Bil stop rust, to hopefully prevent the rust from continuing. So we're gonna work on the fiberglass work. So first things first, you gotta have your protection. So we're working with fiberglass, it's sketchy stuff. I gotta use some good quality gloves. Got the eye protection and a respirator of some sort. So, word of wisdom, don't wear sandals when doing this. I can hear my dad now. He passed away, but he'd be like, "You dumbass. Put some boots on, lace them up tight." So, with that being said, I have some of this fiberglass mat from Bondo. You can cut it to length, put it over your holes, and then we also have the fiberglass resin that we're going to use on some. And then on some of the larger ones, in conjunction with the fiberglass mat, we have some of the Bondo high bond filler. That's just so I can work with it a lot faster and it'll set up to fill up those big holes. So another thing for the resin, have some crappy brushes and then some spreaders. We got some just cheap plastic spreaders and a cheap putty knife. And then what I'm going to be using is this old Rubbermaid lid so that you can knead and bond all that stuff to make it pliable and then lay it down on here. I just have to let some of this stuff dry from that stop rust and we'll get started on that. Also, a cold one. Nice sticker. Remember, if you use the link down below, we have stickers, t-shirts, and all sorts of stuff at Teespring. They also, 10% of all the proceeds go to the Wounded Warrior Foundation. So if you want some outside the box merch, and it's a really good cause, and you also help out the channel, so feel free to check that link out down below and get yourself some merch. Alright, so first up, we got the fiberglass resin. And we're going to use some of this to lay down my fiberglass mats, which I've pre-cut a bunch of these. And I have, as you can see over there, on all the holes. And then I also have some over here and in the corner there. So, we're going to go ahead and get this mixed up.
Chickens grown in an old plowed field. Chickens grown in the old plowed field. Chickens grown in the old plowed field down in North Carolina.
Well, I think that's going to call it for tonight. Oh, it's almost 7 o'clock. That's the fiberglass. So it's already hardened up pretty good. I'm going to let it sit overnight. Probably put on a couple more coats of the Bondo stuff on the exterior where it rusted through. So underneath, I'm going to keep this fiberglass up here. Finish doing the one on the back, and then spray it all either with the underbody coating or the truck bed liner. That's what I did for all up here, but I ran out. Well, I got one can left, but I'm going to do the inside. I'm just taking care of all the rust. I got some insulation, so since I got this all torn apart, I'm going to go ahead and I have wool insulation, glass wool, so it's not necessarily like I don't really need a vapor barrier for it. It's got a foil side, and then I'll put where I think I might need it, I'll put the Reflectix, but I think that wool with the reflective side on it, it's like a Mylar side. Hopefully that'll work just fine, just to kind of fit it in there loosely. Any tight spots I'm going to hit with some spray foam. I'm not going to really mess with this. I know it has that thin little vapor barrier insulation up there now, but I'm going to leave that for now. Maybe just paint this, and then I'm going to do the wood floor, well, insulation, wood floor, and then I'm going to redo these half walls with some sort of budget-friendly wall siding. So yeah, I'm going to call this for now. I'll get back to you guys after I get a little more progress.